things kind of went downhill fast for me real quick because Philly's also that kind of city.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We've been 8 9 years clean, so
Oh, you got
you know,
into like you were like using and stuff.
yeah,
Oh, well, congrats for
Yeah.
8 9 years clean.
maybe even more than that, like nine, yeah, about 9 years, yeah.
And you attribute that to just where you lived in Philadelphia?
Um, no, not per se. I would say it definitely started before that. Just being an addict in general. But it didn't help being in Philadelphia, that's for sure, especially in that particular area.
How did
In
you
Philly.
how did you go about getting clean?
Oh man, that's a long story. Legal issues there. I got hit with some charges and was looking at some serious time, and yeah, support and family basically is what helped me get clean, or I would have probably gone way further downhill. I got homies that are dropping dead every month out there, man, especially with the fentanyl shit, which wasn't really a thing when I was using.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But what would I attribute it to? Yeah, I don't know. Probably would happen anywhere. It doesn't. I don't think. Can't blame it on Philly. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Really blame it on myself. You put me anywhere in the world, I probably would have been doing the same thing. I was just looking for the same shit that everybody goes down that road for.
Yeah. No, man.
Starts with smoking weed, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah. Like Angel said, man. Congrats, honestly, because we've talked to a few people on the show where they've recovered. It's whether it's been a decade or it's been a few days. That's an amazing process, to get over that stuff because I don't know. It just feels like nowadays it's so common, for just the youth, to
Yeah, it's
just
bad.
OD,
It's
like out of
bad,
nowhere,
man.
you just hear stories of kids just dropping dead, especially in graffiti. It's very popular,
Yeah, man.
that kids get onto drugs. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's I'm sure the problems are rooted, there's people's have different scenarios, but it's definitely common, it seems.
Some addicts just, makes that dopamine flow just a little stronger, and you
Yeah.
get fucking hooked on it. And before you know it, and the fucking rugs pull out from under you.
Mm.
But by the time that happens, it's usually too late. It's the
Mm.
same story as everybody. It's just
So
people have different details.
what keeps you kind of off it in a way, because I feel it's wouldn't it,
Interesting question.
is this some type of routine or
That I can actually attribute like graffiti to that for that really. I mean, my roots in graph definitely started way before that, probably in my early teens. Popping into abandons in the city and even outside the city, and right by my mom's crib. Trains would go by. I was always fascinated with rolling art and stuff, and 14 looking for places to smoke and shit with the homies, find abandons and in the woods and stuff like that. Yeah, I lost track there.
Just like the you attribute kind of graffiti
Yeah,
to kind of like
eventually,
getting you off of drugs or
event.
keeping you off of drugs.
Yeah. So it started earlier on that my interest, but when it really started to hit off was it kept my mind occupied, where I was able to really pull myself out of the hole and use kind of graffiti as an avenue to keep my head up above water.
Mm.
And then it kind of all evolved from there.
You know what I think it is too is like I feel like using is so normalized in our not just society in America but also like just our culture. Like younger people writing or people skating or people listening to whatever music, and it's just like so normalized, and it kind of sucks because like not that everyone has to be like, straight path and never experiment and enjoy your life, but like, there are kids I know who, if I don't see them wasted, I'm surprised that they're not wasted.
Oh yeah,
Like, because
definitely.
they're literally alcoholics or whatever they're using, and
Yeah.
you just never see them not wasted. And you think of them as one way, which is like this wasted mess. And then you see them one time when they're not wasted and they're acting so different. And you're almost like, damn, this is the real you. You without, alcohol, you without anything else. And I have like other homies who aren't involved in graph, and I'm just like, and they be doing like just random drugs, and I get so worried. Like these are childhood friends, and I'm like, yo, one of these lines could truly just end it all. And then I'm going to get a phone call and be pissed and sad. But at the end of the day, like, I don't feel comfortable enough to make them stop or like have a real deal convo with them, because like that is
Right.
their life path. Like
Yep.
when you were using did friends try to like intervene, or like what was it
Oh yeah,
like?
for sure, absolutely. Family, friends, everybody try to intervene because you burn every bridge and fuck up just about everything in your life. For me, look, I'm fortunate because for me it was facilitator for change for me, and like I said, with family, I was able to make those steps. Some people aren't so fortunate and gets aren't able to pull themselves out of that hole. But yeah, man, it's bad. It's definitely an issue worldwide.
Mm-hmm.